This is the problem that we did on the stream before I hit record. So sorry that I missed this before. I'll re-record it now. So we were doing problem 6 on lesson 10.9. And in this problem, we had two shapes that we were able to identify. We identified that this shape here is a trapezoid. It has two pairs of parallel sides here, or a single pair of parallel sides there and there. And these two sides here and here are not parallel. And they're not parallel because if we extended them, they would hit somewhere over in that area. So we have a trapezoid. The other shape that we have is right here. We have a half circle. And if we look, this trapezoid has the half circle chunk taken out of it. So when we're done, we're going to take the area of the trapezoid and subtract the area of the half circle. And we're going to subtract the area of the half circle because that's the chunk that's taken out if we're just looking for the shaded part. So what we have to do then is the area of the trapezoid minus the area of the half circle. Since pi times radius squared is the full circle, we're going to multiply that by a half to get the half circle. Let's start with the trapezoid. In the area of the trapezoid formula, you have to add the two bases. However, normally we said base is top and bottom, and if we look, there isn't something on the top over there. That's all right though, because in this case, it's not top and bottom. The trapezoid's bases are the sides that are parallel. That means the sides that'll never touch. And those sides are here and here. Those are the parallel sides, the 3 and the 4. They're the ones that are, if you extended them, they would never touch ever, ever, ever. So we're going to put the 3 and the 4 here. And that means that 5 is the height. 5 is the height because it's the distance between the bases. So let's keep going with that. We have 1/2 of 7 times 5, or 1/2 of 35, and that's 17.5. Now we can move on to the circle. Now, in order to find the area of the circle, we need to have r, the radius. And remember, the diameter is the full way across the circle. The radius is halfway across the circle. We're given the full length across the circle, the diameter. To get to the radius, we have to divide by 2. So we have 5 divided by 2 is our radius, or 2.5. So we have 1/2 times 3.14 times 2.5 squared. Because of the order of operations, we have to do 2.5 squared first. So we have 1/2 times 3.14 times 6.25. And because we don't want to make any careless errors when we're working on this kind of problem, we are allowed to use a calculator. So instead of doing 1/2, I'm just going to type 0.5. So I have 0.5 times 3.14 times 6.25. And that's 9.8125. So that's the area of the half circle that we took out of the trapezoid. So the trapezoid, remember, is the entire shape here, but it has a chunk taken out of it. And since it has a chunk taken out of it, when we take our two numbers, we're going to subtract them. We're going to take the whole trapezoid and subtract the chunk that we took out of it. And when we do that, we get 7.6875, which, if you round to the nearest tenth, is 7.7 for our total area of the shaded part of the whole trapezoid minus the semicircle that we took out of it.